How you doing, guys? Haven't made a video on this channel in a little while. I'm just pumping out my podcasts here, and I appreciate you enduring that onslaught. What I really want to do is talk about something that has been bugging me for a long time, and it's just a little bit of more of an informal conversation, which is why I'm doing it on this channel. And here's what it is. It seems to me that for as long as I've had a channel on YouTube, every single time I advocate any kind of Christian worldview, the response from the atheist community is, this guy is trying to implement a theocracy, legislate biblical law on society. The doctor gets out the little rubber hammer, the doctor hits your knee and the knee flies up. That's just the atheist's response. And yet I've never, neither intellectually or rhetorically or in any way, shape, or form, have I ever advocated for a theocracy of any kind. Now, what I'm advocating is a worldview. I'm intellectually in the arena of ideas arguing that this way of thinking, this way of a society choosing to conduct themselves via the Judeo-Christian values, the biblical values of our forefathers, etc. This is the better way to influence a society by way of free action. I'm not advocating that we legislate this down upon anybody's head. And the irony is that if anybody's guilty of doing that, secularism, secular extremism as I like to call it, is much more guilty of doing that than religious people. You people actually take that worldview, not you specifically, but I'm talking people who advocate and fly the flag of your worldview. You actually take those things and you offensively move forward in our society by way of the courts and laws. No, it's not a theocracy. You're advocating a worldview. You're advocating a way of looking at things. And I know atheism's, no, we're not. No, we're not. The non-stamp collector nonsense. No, you're advocating a worldview. We don't have a naked square. You don't remove a God-fearing worldview from the body politic and then if there's just nothing. That's not how it works. Some way of looking at the world fills that in. What you'd prefer to have is a complete non-God-fearing, non-religious society. I want biblical-based morality to permeate the society by choice. Because it's a better way to rear our children. Because it's a better way to internally govern somebody's heart without having to do that through the sword of the state. That's the beauty of America. The fact that we've realized that we wanted individual liberty, we wanted to respect it, but we also have to deal with these ills of man, these sins of man. The way that you police men is internally, because they fear God, because they revere God's word, because they feel like they're going to be accountable to somebody else. That's why you don't have to do that with the strong arm of the state. That's why you don't have to do that with these legislative hand of the state. You do it internally. You have that policing happen internally. And the best way to do that is through the Judeo-Christian worldview. Our American history has proven that to be true, and it's not until your secular extremist worldview warred against that we see the fallout. No biblical theocracy, no Christian theocracy. No one is advocating for that. That's all in your little fictitious boogie monster mind. You know, evil Christians are trying to shove biblical morality down our throats. No, we're competing in the arena of ideas like everybody else. Thank you for listening.